The first fault that I want to talk to you guys about has to pertain with setup. Setup is one of the most important areas, and it's really the foundation for the perfect connection golf swing, because really getting your body in a position that alleviates the stress on your joints, that is key. Getting your body in a position that is ready to move, that is key. If we set up improperly, our body's not ready to move, and we're basically setting up our body for injury. One of the first things I want to talk to you guys about is the right hip low. When we get our setup here, and I'm just going to stand here like this so you guys can see it, 99% of golfers set up with the right hip high, okay? And what I mean by that is when I'm set up here, you can see my belt line is higher on my right hip than on my left. We want actually to place your hands on your hips and literally just lower that right hip a little bit. And what you're seeing here is, again, that my weight is shifted a little bit, and then just drag it back that your weight is 50-50, okay? One of the faults that I see people do is just bending this way. That is not changing your hip line, so make sure that you are actually literally taking your right hip low, bending it back, and that is putting your right hip in a position that is low and it's matching your shoulder plane. Going from there and from the right hip, I want to talk about the too much knee bend. Remember, guys, when we set up, all right, we want to use our drill here where we just bend our knees ever so slightly, just enough that we can cover our shoelaces. From here, then we drop our arms to this point. The club will be sitting a couple feet off the ground, and then we stick our rear end out. If you do that, you're gonna have the proper amount of knee bend, okay? Make sure, what I see people do is they'll do this, and then they will get down either with their knees, or they will either get here and straighten their knees to this position. So remember, when you get into this position, your arms are extended, bend your knees so you can't see your shoelaces. From this point, your knees are basically in concrete. You just want to keep your knees right there as you stick out. This is another important position I want to talk to you guys. Sometimes people try to have too perfect posture and they create this S posture with their lower back here, all right? The other common mistake I see people is just rounding out, and it's basically from what you do every day. If you're on the computer, everything is in front of you. We need to sort of get our shoulder blades back so we can get our back in a nice posture. But again, from here, this is a simple drill that I want you guys to do, and this is actually an exercise, but all you're gonna do is you're gonna take your hips, tuck them under, stick them out into that S posture, tuck them under, stick them out, and just find neutral right there. That's a great way to find the proper position of your back right there. Let me give you guys one more drill, and this is one drill, this is the fault, the C posture that I think needs a little bit more attention. Remember, the C posture is when my back is this way. I think that's probably the majority, so I'm gonna give you guys a new posture drill just to work on, and all we're gonna do is we're gonna stand here with our nose and ear level, and I'm gonna go ahead and pinch this club right against my chest, just like this. Okay, from here, I'm gonna bend my knees just a little bit. I'm gonna take my right hand, place it on my leg, and I'm gonna keep my knees in concrete. Just bend over till I touch the top part of my knee, place the club in front of you, okay? That's what we wanna do. Let me go through that one more time. This is, again, the fault is the C posture, people that are too rounded. This is the posture stick drill. So again, nose and ear level. Make sure that right in here, there's no gaps. If you're holding the club out here, you create that C posture. So pinch it in, a little bit of knee flex, bend over till you touch the top part of your knees, place the club in front of you just like that. Again, now let's talk about how far away should you be from the ball, okay? I've seen people with their arms reachy, I see people with their arms too close. It's a very simple, it's actually a bad fault that can be fixed very easily. So once you get into your posture here, all you have to do is take your right hand, fist and a thumb, basically from your zipper right there. When you get that fist and a thumb in there, you're the proper distance away. So again, those little faults that we discussed there with the setup, from right hip all the way to proper posture to distance away from the ball, those are crucial. And in order for you guys to gain consistency, you must set up to the ball correctly and athletically. So don't overlook the setup. That's the number one cause of a lot of the faults in people's swings. So let's get that correct, and you're well on your way to improving your swing.